Hey guys, Matt from SilencingADream here. My mind is very heavy with all kinds of thoughts. I don't want to say what kind of thoughts. Lots of thoughts. I am just about at the end of listening to The Education of Millionaires by Michael Ellsberg. And for those of you that don't know, I listen to my books for the most part because I have a lot of time at work where I just walk around. So it makes sense to make good use of that time when I'm walking around, and I feel things that are educational, enlightening, and otherwise more productive than being passive are a good thing. And when I say passive, I mean as opposed to listening to music or I don't know what else you do, honestly. A lot of those guys listen to music when they walk around. My coworkers, that is. I feel this strange coalescence of many things in my life. I was a little burnt out at the end of the last work week because I kind of got up early every day and decided I'm gonna get this shit done. I'm gonna get stuff to record all set up, and I still have a lot of cleaning to do in the room, which you can't see behind you, but that's just more for my own sanity, really. I believe in having a workspace that is conducive to work, or a creative space that is conducive to being creative. And when I look around and I see the clutter and the mess that currently is the state of my room, it makes my brain sad. So, with that in my mind, trying to work through that, trying to get all this stuff set up, still doing work, doing the regular, I do make an effort to set aside time for family, girlfriend, good friends. I'm just feeling a little burnt out, so I felt like my 2 days off went by really fast, and when I wasn't doing one of those things, I was just like, you know what, I'm going to sleep. So that's been the reason for the lack of video footage. But point being, in the process of putting time and effort into these things that I have deemed important in my life, I feel almost an odd sense of, this is kind of creepy, like some Twilight Zone shit, where things that I've been thinking about for months, in some cases years, and then conversations that I'm having with people who aren't necessarily interested in those things are all kind of coming together in a strange way, and it's weirding me out a little. But with regard to this kind of stuff, I would be the first to admit I am not the most savvy or knowledgeable person when it comes to things like marketing and sales and stuff. And I mentioned this to my buddy Neil, who writes for the blog, and I said, if you want to do some research into that and kind of help me out, I'd appreciate it. Which is funny, because then right after that is really when I got into the meat of listening to that book, The Education of Billionaires, and his big thing is hey, so no matter what you do, there's two things you really need to know a lot about. That is marketing and sales. And here's some resources to help you do that. was like, really? This thing that I was just trying to like, hey, will you help me with this? Oh wait, that's mine. That's my burden to bear. Damn it. I mean, damn it in the sense that that's the irony of the world and of life, I think. I am on a daily basis almost reminded of one quote from the 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. The things you don't want to do are the things you probably need to do the most. And if I'm paraphrasing that, I apologize. That phrase haunts me. That and a T.S. Eliot quote, which I used to have a little keychain that had it on there, but I don't know where that is now. So I'll paraphrase that too. Only those who are willing to go too far can possibly find out how far one can go. Damn it. I hate it when those things stick in my head. They gnaw at me. It's almost like, well, the older I've gotten, the more I felt that kind of gnawing sense of responsibility, like, oh man, I need to do laundry, or I need to clean my car, or, you know. I don't, when I was younger, I used to kind of get irritated because I've been working for a long time, and, you know, I get my registration slip from the DMV in the mail, and I'm like, God damn it. You know, it's another $120 of my hard-earned money that I've got to hand over just for owning my car. But as I've gotten older, I don't view it so much as like, damn it. It's more like, oh, I'm going to pay that. I'm going to pay that. I'm going to be responsible. I'm going to do my thing. Because there's this weird thing that happens when you get older and you're like, yeah, responsibility. I'm going to do that. I don't know why. Well, for most of us at least. But, I was thinking back to one of the previous vlogs where I said, you know, whatever happens with the SilencingADream project, like, in the end, you know, if it only brings me closer to people, cool. Ideally, it would, in one way or another, become sort of a self-sustaining thing, and, you know, kind of free me up from, you know, working whatever random job, and, you know, give me the ability to just do what I love to do, which is make music, work with music, work on music, you know, be that engineering, mixing, writing, producing, whatever. Like, I love being in and around the process that comes with music. And here at the end, I've got 35 minutes left in the Education of Millionaires. I kind of feel like it's bringing out the thought in, or I don't want to say bringing it out, kind of condensing the thought and making it more, kind of bringing it into focus. Yes, I like that. It's bringing this kind of nebulous idea that I've had into focus. That's the wrong attitude to have. If this thing becomes self-sustaining, if it does this, if it does that, no. I need to be actively working towards making that my reality. So, with that in mind, I still intend to do everything I set forth with this project, but I feel like I should it should be like a footnote or an addendum, like, in addition to that, I would kind of like to include the chronicling of how does someone do that? how do they take this idea that, hey, I kind of view myself as a creative person. I like doing this creative thing. I want my livelihood to be this thing because I enjoy it that much. And I feel that given the tools that I know I have at my disposal, that we all have at our disposal, but most of us, me included, are either, no nice way to say it, we're either too lazy or too intimidated by the thought of, to embrace these things being like effective sales, effective marketing, and things like that, that I just need to do it. I feel like that's where I'm at. I know how to play guitar. I know a fair bit about engineering and about mixing records and the process that one has to go through in order to take something from an idea into a finished product. In the last band I was in, we did it twice. Put out 2 albums. I have physical copies of them. You can still go buy them on iTunes and Amazon or whatever, if anyone should choose to. I understand the process. The thing that I think was hardest for us, and the reason, well, I don't want to say it's the reason, like, we just got busy doing other stuff. It's not like we ever, like, had a sit down talk, like, alright, so I'm not going to be a part of this anymore or anything. It was more like, no, we just got burnt out and busy trying to scratch out a better life for ourselves. So most of us that were in that band are now, we still consider ourselves creative people. I'd put money on the fact that we still work on creative things in our free time. We just don't do it with each other so much anymore. And I've said before, like, I still love those guys and gals at times. Those people are family to me. No questions about it. We're still close. We just don't see each other as often as we did. When I was doing that full time, right out of music school, like, I was working a 40-hour-a-week job, and I'm pretty sure I put between another 40 and another 80 hours per week into the band. For months I ran on like Red Bull and 2 or 3 hours of sleep a day. I worked in a call center at the time, and I don't know how many times my supervisors would walk by. I'd be just, in between calls, if we got slow, passed out in my chair, my headset on, hear the beep, beep. Thank you for calling, so-and-so. My name is Matt. How may I help you? We appreciate your business. But yeah, the whole making that our livelihood was something that it seemed like magic, like black magic. Like, this is something that a select group of people understand, and it is a secret they are not willing to share. So I don't want to speak for everybody else, but I felt like for my part of it, like, a lot of time we were just grasping at straws, like, throwing shit at the walls to see what sticks. Like, let's try this, let's try that, let's try the other, And it for me at least, it got to the point where, like, this is maddening. This is not what I want to do. You know, I view myself as a creative individual. I went and did what I was supposed to do, what society tells me I should have done, which is, well, once you decide what you want to do, go to school, learn more about it, you'll get a better job, it'll pay you more, you'll get to do what you like, ideally, and that has not been my reality thus far. So, the more I have pursued I don't want to say, I hate lumping things like the books that I've been ingesting into like the self-help or self-improvement like section of what you would find in your dying local book retailer. But yeah, the more I feel like I don't think it's a matter of being a creative person in and of itself anymore. That almost is impossible. That's the long shot now. That's the 1 in 10 million, you know, like, if you somehow wind up in a situation where someone's just going to pay you to be creative and your creative output happens to benefit someone, you know, financially usually. I hate that it all revolves around money. Oh, it's just, on one level it makes me mad, on the other level I understand it, because that is the capitalist society in which we live. You know, that's, money is the driving factor in a lot of people's decisions, and sadly kind of defines where you fall in the grand scheme of life in the Western world. Well, not the world abroad, I guess. They consider third world countries because of the standard of living, which is probably directly related to, you know, the economy of that country. But that's humans. I can't do anything about that. That's, you know, tens or hundreds of thousands of years of evolution, or however long it is. I don't know. I don't watch that much History Channel. So yes, the coalescence of all my ramblings this morning are that still going to do the project. That hasn't changed at all. My ideas, if anything, have just kind of gotten more, I guess, like the other thing, more focused. So, still super stoked about making music. I am realizing that because I am choosing to go the path of the independent artist, I need to, I think in a way, just kind of view myself as an entrepreneur. Because in my head, it'd be great if I could say, hey, you can be a manager, you can be the accountant, you can be the marketing, the sales, like, delegate these things to other people so that I can sit down and make music. That'd be great. But this does not seem feasible at the moment, and it's not my pipe dream to have my creativity be my livelihood. That doesn't work for me. I'm going to take proactive, I like proactive better. I'm going to take proactive steps towards making that my reality. So, I'm going to kind of just pile that onto everything that I was going to do. And I'm okay with it. I've accepted it. I think it's just, there's still a lot of minutia floating around up there, and I'm waiting for the dust to settle before I can, mentally, that is, so that I can kind of decide how I'm going to attack this. And at the same time, not feel like I'm alienating the people that I want to do this with. Because I'm saying it right here, right now, out loud for the first time. I haven't talked to my sister about it. I haven't talked to Neil about it so much. But I think that's where I'm going to go. Well, that's another thing that's kind of like weird for me. So, amongst the many YouTube videos that I watch, I came across his, I don't want to say gamer tag, it's not a gamer tag, that's my Xbox videos talking. His YouTube handle, I'll go with that, is Tube Screamer. Andrew Othling, who I just putzing around looking through guitar videos, I came across how to create an ambient wash with your guitar. Oh, okay, I'll check that out. Just kind of walking around cleaning. I like just having videos playing while I'm doing stuff because I'm a good listener and I like multitasking. Sorry, Alton Brown. For those of you that know Alton Brown well, he has a shirt that says "Death to Multitaskers," which is funny. Or is it "Death to Unitaskers"? I don't remember. I just remember when he was on the Nerdist podcast, he had a thing about, I'm pretty sure it's "Death to Unitaskers," the shirt now. Because he likes repurposing items for other uses in the kitchen. Not in a dirty way. I don't remember. My brain's all over the place. Andrew Othling. Sorry, Alton Brown. He makes really cool ambient guitar music. I will put a link down below because I think his stuff is awesome. It wasn't until a couple days ago I kind of was like, you know what, let me go through this guy's videos and see what else is here. That I found out, here's a guy who got a degree in computer science, had a good job, was making a good living, and wasn't happy. And decided, no, I'm going to do music full time. And then took the necessary steps to make that his reality. And he is out there doing it. And he just had his third child. Congrats. If you go to his website or his YouTube channel anytime in the near future, yeah, he's celebrating the birth of his third child, which is awesome. And I think the fact that there's a guy that's doing what I want to do and he's still managing to have and support a family, like, that's amazing. If I could support me, I would be happy. I don't have to worry about the supporting, offspring or a wife or anything yet. But yeah, it's just like I feel like all these things that I kind of saw as just separate things in my life that I enjoyed. Like, I like listening to audiobooks. I happen to like things in the vein of like the 4-Hour Work Week, The Education of Millionaires. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to start. Actually, damn it. I hate it when I use the word, it's part of the title. The Art of the Start is what I'm about to embark on in audiobook land. And then these YouTube videos that I enjoy are all kind of like cosmically kicking me in the ass and being like, hey, you should just do this. You should do it. They're all kind of pointing me in the direction of like, yeah, you just need to do it. And I'm like, damn it. Let it not be said that I do not listen. So, henceforth, this shall be the mission. This is what I will be chronicling. Not only the process of us, and by us I mean my sister and I, doing the music thing, and bringing in other creative people into the fold of what is Silencing a Dream to do their creative thing, because I know a lot of really awesome creative people that do a lot of different stuff. Neil likes writing. I know people that like visual art in both digital and physical manifestations. And I want it to not seem like a far-fetched thing. This is something that people can do, and this is what I want to achieve, and this is what I intend to chronicle. So, yeah, deal with it. This is where we're going. I'm excited, and I feel like there's too many thoughts in my head, and I can't form sentences and have words come out my mouth in a way that makes sense to other humans that speak English. So that's where I'm going to leave it for now. That's where I'm at right now as I'm going to bed. It's terrible, isn't it? Got all this shit floating around in your head, and I just want to lay down and go to sleep. I know I'm going to lay there for a while, just like, sleep, sleep. And then I remember this other thing he said in the book. No, sleep. But that's where we're at, while trying to maintain the other priorities of things that are important to me. So, good luck me. Good luck to those of you that decide at whatever point in time you see this to either go through it and watch it, or skip ahead a couple hundred videos or whatever. I don't know when you're going to watch this, and see what happened. And yeah, it's a lot to take in. I've never seen the Grand Canyon, but I can imagine this is what it's like. That is a damn big hole. So, with that, we'll see you later.